Hey guys, welcome to another motherfucking episode of Whoreible Decisions.
Hi.
It's Whoreible Decisions, but I'm your girl Mandii B.
We gonna have to do a name change soon.
Why?
Because we gotta be bigger
hoes.
hoes.
Whoreible Decisions. We just gotta add accents to it, bitch. That's it.
That's it.
Just a little.
Good.
You know what I mean?
This podcast is available in 2 languages.
Actually.
In English and in Mandii.
3 antibonics.
Antibonics.
No, not Ebonics. You know, we
can't
just
wait to
talking
see
over
the
here.
subtitles.
What
Or
I-
I would actually prefer African American vernacular.
Yay.
Isn't it called? You know what's crazy?
AAVE.
What the? I was like, Av.
we say
What
on
is
Twitter.
Av?
Bitch, I don't know, but I
What
love
app is it
taking a
on?
new acronym to sound woke. I'd be like, first of all, I'm a BIPOC, bitch.
Talk about it.
Right?
Talk about it.
No, that's just kind of dumb
Acronyms as
though.
well.
I really think BIPOC it's just too much. Black, indigenous. Bitch, I don't know if I'm Cherokee.
It comes
It means not white, man. It means
Indigenous
non-colonized,
means like
man.
But it's phony. Ain't none of us indigenous.
Non-colonizer
We was all
people.
brought over here.
Not necessarily. Don't, girl, that's a story for
All
a whole
right.
other show.
Well, go ahead.
Let
and
me ask
introduce
the internet.
guest.
Hold on. All
No,
right,
we're
well,
not
fuck
asking serious shit.
I think they're BIPOCs too, y'all. We're not sure because we don't know the origins. But once we do a spit test, we'll figure out who Tribe Chat is. We have some special guests here. Omari and Pegasus from Tribe Chat.
Hey.
And y'all were supposed to be on the show for a long time. I think you were. I don't know if you knew Peggy.
I did know, but I'm a whole shit show. So, yeah.
By the way, people who are on our audio and listening to this via audio, please go on YouTube so you could see Peggy.
First off, just go-
Pegasus, sorry.
Pegasus' hair is always a thing.
Because you are the type of bitch when I'm walking down the street, I'm like, she looks fun as fuck. Like, are you a DJ?
I-
Like,
She is.
Listen, I'm
For real?
I'm a lot of shit.
but
But
what you
also,
do?
if you're subscribed to our audio, subscribe to our YouTube.
Yeah, hey.
That's all.
What do you do?
Well, actually, by trade, I am a hairstylist.
I was gonna guess that.
Well,
if you
of
would have
course.
gave me just one guess,
For
I was
real?
gonna guess that. Duh.
I was gonna say music or makeup.
No, well,
Makeup would have been my second guess.
Listen, I wanted to be a mermaid growing up, so I mean, the hairstylist is the closest thing I can get to it in real, in
How do
real
you
time.
niggas practice being a mermaid and shit? Like, yo, we fill out for that shit.
Listen, you don't fill out for it, but you do practice in the tub by yourself.
So, dude, you got to hold your breath on the water.
Yeah.
And then you got to learn how to flip your fins.
Exactly.
How does a mermaid sing, Mandii? That was pretty good.
The mermaids don't have
I've
no
been
lower
working on
bottom
my-
half. That's the only thing that kind of fucks with me. Though.
Mermaids do
What
have
does-
a lower bottom half. You have to be a merman to find out where to stick your stick.
They got mermaid porn.
Wait,
It's like a white woman fantasy. I don't know.
But where do the dicks go?
In your mouth?
Oh, that's it? They only do oral sex?
They probably scissor. Let me look. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Where would the dick go?
We
after
actually-
the mermaid?
we could probably
Under the
feature this on the
ocean,
YouTube.
so-
I was about to say that's some real WAP right
yeah,
now.
it's a whole ocean.
wait.
Stick that
All right,
shit
wait.
in the
Mermaid
clam.
porn. Mermaid porn. Let me see. Where y'all think it goes?
I mean, technically, have you ever
In
seen
the
a dolphin
tail.
fuck?
Oh, they look like avatars. It's like you don't see the scales anymore. It's just like blue pussy. But most of it's just sucking dick though.
Dolphins is cool because they like us. They be having orgies and shit.
They do have
They
orgies
do.
and they rape. They have.
Yeah, they do.
Whoa,
rape.
whoa,
Yes.
whoa,
That's a
bitch.
fact,
They
too.
will gang rape.
And manatees.
Wait, manatees and dolphins be raping?
Yes.
And they will fuck around. Dolphins are some sinister motherfuckers. They will fuck around and rape a porpoise, which is like a smaller dolphin.
Yeah.
And they eat it.
You know what? You know what I don't like now though? If we gonna talk about dolphins raping, how can they be rapists and lifesavers? They save Boosie.
Listen.
They out here saving lives. And,
Yeah.
and rape is not cool, by the way.
No,
We
it's
do
not.
not.
It's absolutely not.
And what's crazy is I don't really know if y'all saw, but y'all know I grew up in Orlando, 407 Chopper City. Went to SeaWorld. Them dick penises be big and long
Them
as
dick
hell.
penises.
was
'Cause you
gonna
can't have
address
just
that.
one.
I was going
No.
to address it, but
It is literally the size of like 2 foot long penises, bruh. Like them things be
I
big.
only know
and it
about
be-
that from the Museum of Sex, and they have 3 dolphins on top of each
Oh
other.
no,
in a
I
nice
learned it from
statue.
SeaWorld, bitch. They was fucking in that aquarium.
Okay.
well, since
Well,
we
again,
talking about
public
long
school.
dicks,
Expedition.
They didn't teach us-
Look at me. It's not expedition. Exhibition, bitch.
Exhibition.
Oh, there you go.
They into that.
Like,
But
watch
no,
me fuck.
in a Florida public school, as you know, they don't teach science to Mandii, but they did say
Science to Mandii, that's it. She the only one?
not to her.
Oh, okay.
Bitch, you skipped or something.
This what we doing?
What were you doing in science class?
Biology.
So biology I didn't like because in my 9th grade they did make us start cutting up animals and shit, and I didn't
right.
like that. But my lowest grade, ironically, in school was chemistry. I gotta.
What do you mean, ironically? It's not
Because
ironic.
first off, I was a top tier fucking student. I graduated AP, top of my class. You know, you were at my graduation.
I do remember.
And chemistry, I thought was gonna be the devil.
I didn't say you was dumb, bitch, then. But I do think you forgot some shit.
Forgot? No, I just
Voluntarily
questioned
or
everything.
just-
No.
I question everything.
First of all, ma'am, you told me a few days ago that someone in your life is a flat earther, and you said, I just love his perspective.
I do.
You crazy
I like
bitch.
questioning life.
Honey.
Questioning life, nigga?
What is the problem?
We have figured out that the earth is round for a long time.
But you know what?
Everything
Maybe
is
Fucking be
round.
obese.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? You want to know? Here's the shit, right? The shit is all of even those like pictures of space. Like y'all thought we landed on the moon, we didn't.
We didn't.
Exactly.
I believe
so
it.
how do y'all know this is even true? Like niggas didn't even
Yo,
land on the
well,
moon,
I
and then
know-
niggas lied
I know
about
that
landing on the moon.
There's a lot of
The earth is round because everything
Mandy,
is round. Life is round.
the way that you
Everything
travel
is
on a
round.
plane.
Round right here.
Listen,
How could it be
depending on how
flat if you
look.
can? I feel I can't do this right now.
Well, then
All right, my
let's
whole-
not. Let's talk about sucking dick and licking pussy.
No, they want to
And that's
yeah.
round. It feels the best when you go in a circle.
in a circle. You remember that song that was about?
Round and round.
First off, y'all just did the whitest version of throw that ass in a circle. Is that what you were
No,
trying to do?
I was doing a
just
different one.
anything.
Oh, y'all were
Lick
just doing
around
white
the
people shit.
corner
I was
of
doing
the dick.
trill.
Oh, I was
think.
just like,
More
throw that ass in a circle.
Oh, yeah, that's
throw
a,
that
that's
ass
a
in-
gospel right there.
You know what I mean?
How many circle songs are
where
there?
Did you, what circle song were you?
Yo, this is tribe
Around
chat
and
and
around.
ADD chat right now.
In a circle.
There's a slow song.
What
you
song
got.
is
Yeah,
that?
that's ooh, y'all from
girl,
Florida.
girl, you making that.
That
No,
shit.
I'm not. Ask anybody besides you.
And they got anything in Spanish about circles? What they call a circle in Spanish?
Circulus.
Circular.
Circular.
I'm not gonna lie, you're putting me on the spot here.
Do they have what's
Can't even
circle in
speak
Spanish?
right now? Yeah, we have circles. You don't think we have circles in Spanish?
Nigga, what's that
What kind
called?
of
What do you,
question
how
is
do you
that?
say
How do you
it?
think we say it?
Circola.
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 I was gonna say, wait.
Sphero.
Circola.
Oh, like a
That's just
sphere.
like a
that was
sphere,
smart.
bitch. Look at
what's
my
the
smart
Latin?
ass.
Look at that girl.
Círculo.
Circulo. Like Circo du Soleil.
Sure.
Cirque du Soleil.
That's French. Okay.
Which is close
So
to
like
Spanish.
just feel. Which is close to what?
Spanish. French. All this shit is. Girl, please. All this.
Switches derivative from
I thought she was
Nigga, I
out
did not
of
think
school. She just said, girl, please.
Anyway, we have a show about sex, you guys. My bad if you've never heard it before. But we really owe some ADD shit right now. This is just my favorite type of chat. So let's get into some vanilla shit, which our segment about sex in the news. This one I love. Rudy Giuliani's daughter, Caroline, graphically details why she loves threesomes. She must really fucking hate her father's politics. In a piece for Vanity Fair titled A Unicorn's Tale, three-way sex with couples has made me a better person. His daughter says, I want to watch my boyfriend bend you over. The 32-year-old daughter of Rudy Giuliani says, I had known for a long time that I was bisexual, but I barely explored that side of my sexuality. I knew I wanted new dynamics. And she's on a dating site called Unicorns, where women who agree to have sex with couples get on there. And she says, one woman I chatted with mentioned she was looking for someone to have her dominated, but be submissive to her boyfriend. And I am typically more sexually submissive, but as I was texting with them, it turned into this authoritative sexual persona. Let me tell y'all something.
Yo, do we know her? She sounds like somebody in the group.
She does.
She's
like a few people.
She's a white woman. Do you think she is?
Oh no.
No, she's not.
Damn, why they do y'all like that?
Yo.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about unicorns because I felt like it made sense for you guys. So Tribe Chat is about what? That's the name of your podcast.
Yes.
So do you guys start with a swingers club? How did you guys know each other?
We started with this. We actually, I met him through my cousin, who we started the group with. She's since dropped off, and we've been rocking out ever since.
Hold on, your lifestyle swinger group is a family affair?
It is.
Now that is some white people shit.
No, it's not white people shit. I'm gonna just tell you something. Us folks do not always talk about the things that are hereditary. It's a lot of shit.
Hereditary.
Hereditary. There you go.
Me and Pegasus had a friend that back in the day when we originally was in a group, her and her daughter was in a group together.
Exactly.
It was a swinger group.
Exactly.
And they was all black.
Listen, and we done had a group member who was married in our group who put pictures of his cousin, who he's also fucking first cousin.
Wait, what?
they
Oh, you was there for the
Yeah.
conversation, man? That shit.
I did not know we were
going
going to come on here talking about incest.
Yeah, we was gonna come on here and talk about all manners of sex and freakyism and all of that shit.
Nah, but and
Let's get back to the mother-daughter duo. And so they
Which
joined.
is in a lot of porns. That's like.
But was
A
it
fetish, and it's a
Was
no.
It was.
Wait, were they playing together?
no, they
No.
weren't playing
Okay.
together. But it's enough to see your mother sucking dick or watch your daughter.
Hold
get
on, wait.
fucked
They
in
were at the same
ass.
parties. They weren't in the
They
same
were.
group.
One was an organizer, and it's like the daughter was like, you know what I mean? Like you have a group.
Was the
it's-
mom the organizer?
Yes.
Mom was the
Figure.
Yeah.
Like, it's a mom thing to do.
No, it's not. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. If this is just your release and there's no taboo attached to it, then
How old were they?
are they?
Oh, sorry. They're alive.
Yeah, currently.
Yes.
No, like, how old were they at the time?
We still talk to the mom to this day.
Yeah. So
I talked to her like a couple days ago.
Like, is the daughter like 18, 20? Like, yeah, super young.
no,
the-
she's older than that.
Now the daughter is, I believe, like 28, 29, and
Mom is close to 50.
Which is about
is
my.
50.
I was about to say that's
I wasn't gonna.
that's like my
Girl.
age gap between
mean,
me and my mom.
J-Lo's
And I'm sorry,
50.
I still do not want to see my mom
Erykah
suck or
Badu's
fuck.
50.
No, I don't want it. I don't want to see it either. I'll listen to it because my mother is shot the fuck out.
That's that Jersey
Just so
shit.
you know, my mother's 82 and she got some shit. She got some stuff to tell you. And my other sisters don't necessarily like to listen to it, but she's a woman.
Nice.
And it has to be discovered by me where the fuck it came from.
I feel really
'Cause it
bad
ain't my
because I was
dad.
like, how do you guys know each other? And all I heard was mom and daughter at the sex club.
Let me, if I can get back to that. All right, so what she was talking about is a cousin that she had. We talked about this on our show, which we also shoot right here in What the Fuck Studios.
Hey.
All right, come on, give me a little advertisement.
It.
Yes. What the Fuck Studios is gang, is family here. But we did meet on Instagram. I spoke to her. There was a group. And she said, listen, you could come on board because I have some experience in a lifestyle with another group, which is where I got the name Omari the Rebel.
Okay.
And she was like, yo, we could use a little help changing the direction. But then she had other things she was dealing with. So she said,
Hey, I'm gonna turn it over to y'all.
and then that was in 2019. So there's a couple of things that I was like, all right, I think we should do this and such. And we got here.
Are you like the president?
We together, it's like
We have different jobs. I am purely ambiance and excitement and wow pow. That's who I am.
What you trying to say? He not?
No. That's not what I. Just because I say what I am, don't say what he
Said,
not.
Look at me.
Here's this analogy.
As you
That's
can
it.
tell,
And he-
I'm the advertisement.
Here's the analogy that I use all the time. Me and my wife, we joke about it because she's on the team too. It's like, yo, we're like the Avengers of swinger clubs, right? She is like Captain America. You see how like Captain America has powers and such? It's the shield, it's like her hair. Everybody loves Captain America. You can see that visual symbol. Me, I'm like the Iron Man of the group. Like, not as beloved, I'm beloved, but like when it comes to all of the nerd shit, I have to do it. If
Absolutely.
everybody needs new weapons or new armor and stuff, I have to
You
build
gonna
it.
get
Like
and
what?
stuff
Like
that.
condoms?
Yeah.
Like what do you need to?
Like everything.
just-
Like I mean, I do a lot of the like the boring stuff. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, when-
Directional.
Like you make the flyers.
He organizes the flyers and say we need
and
flyers.
she even produces like you don't even make the flyers, you just organize the shit. It's like yo,
That's Mandii. When we first started our show.
What is me?
I'm not shade. I'm just saying you're like you were more like the organizer. You were able to make our sheets. You were able to schedule stuff for us, like email. Now I know
yeah, a
what
lot of
you
that
Iron
has
Man.
to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody is like this because I got a corporate background. You know, when I
And I
first
don't.
came on board, I was actually working in a call center, which also is where I met my wife. And I was working on the administrative side. I got a real strong background in sales, so I know as far as what it takes.
You sound like you used to work at a fucking call center.
You sound like
Yeah.
he's still
Hold on,
working
let's
at a call
practice.
center. Go ahead.
I don't know what's going on, but it says no sim. My phone is fucked.
I'm sorry, ma'am. So listen, what we need to do is we need to direct you to our technical department. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, that's it. You have answered everything.
fucking
Also,
cue.
we're gonna get some dick tonight.
At Missouri Kabbalah's party, which is going on March 27th.
Go ahead, drop
There's
your
plenty.
shit.
There you go.
So, you guys started Tribe Chat. What's your podcast about?
Sex.
Sex and exploration of sex.
Do you bring people from the club in there? And
They'll come sometimes, like they'll call in. But we actually want to dispel all of the myths and the negativities around this lifestyle. So that's why we have the podcast, so we can be able to say you can have Q&A with people, because people come in with if you're not a swinger already, for the most part they come in with a preconceived notion, like somebody has ordained them, I know everything. So we have a conversation to kind of answer the questions, the popular questions and the not so popular questions.
That's cool.
If I could describe it, Tribe Chat is a lot like Whoreible Decisions. We'll make you laugh, we'll make you think, and we'll make you come. You see, what we do is, not for real, it's some real
That's a good
shit.
slogan.
Yeah.
Not for real. So what it is it comes down to commentary on sex and relationships from a very black, like blackety black perspective.
He's like, because y'all light skin.
Right. I'm not trying to give it to us because we have.
Because there's also a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of lifestyle podcasts when people are in, like, because you know how podcasting is developed and shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other people who do what we do and we're friends with them and such, and even in the context of what we do, like even in the context of the fact that we're talking about sex and an alternative lifestyle, we're still even edgy in comparison to them and shit.
Yeah.
Like, because I be doing shit, like, I be talking and I be like, yeah, fuck his podcast and shit. Like,
Talking shit about people's fun. But I do want to talk some shit right now.
Yeah.
So you guys are friends.
Yeah.
You ever had sex?
We have.
plenty of times.
Why you said it like,
I mean, because this is a swingers group. I mean, that's not something we do on a reg. But
Does it feel
yeah.
weird now to fuck now that you guys are involved in this podcast?
No, I mean,
No.
we don't do it anymore. But
Do you feel like you could still fuck while running a business together?
yeah,
Really?
I'm just gonna say this. This is my release. I am not emotionally detached, but that love element, that jealousy, I don't deal with that.
I know
this.
that's right. Talk your
I don't
shit.
deal with that in this because I understand what it's for. It's for a release. I'm here to bring joy and fun and nut and all of that shit.
Can I just say that I love that you bring that up because a lot of, I guess, thoughts around how women engage in sex, and Weezy and I have had this kind of back and forth for quite some time, as far as a lot of people just believe that women tie emotions to sex
Right.
and that there
No.
can't be a disconnect. So I guess I want to ask you, at what age, was it early on? Was it as you got older? Did you realize you were able to disconnect emotions and sex and use it as a release?
Well, I've always known, but growing up, I was a people pleaser. My mom was the one person that I wanted to please. Understanding that this was not something that we talked about. My sexual proclivities and desires was not something that I brought to her. So it was always pushed to the backside. And being a girl, the way we're raised, pious and keep it until you get married. She never taught me that, but that was what the world did. So I tried to conform to it. I think I've always known. Even in the space where I got cheated on, I was never really angry because I understood that shit. I get how you could do that because I remember when I had did it to you. And okay, I understand. I'm just telling you now. But I understand how you got that way. So can we move forward? Usually it doesn't work that way. But I've always been able to I like boxes.
Compartmentalizing.
Yes,
and that's how I
love
used to look at things.
compartmentalizing.
Really good.
Yeah, because stuff doesn't get, not with me, it doesn't get crossed. You understand what you do. Let me just explain this to you. I go to a lot of parties, and my name usually precedes me, especially around
Or your
in
hair?
this area. Hello, they see me coming up the steps.
Right.
But no woman in a couple usually has a problem with interacting with me because I'm not trying to take your man out your house. I'm not trying to see him after that. I'm not even trying to see you after that unless we're at another event. It is very specific.
That's very swinger.
It's
Yeah.
very specific.
Like one of the things, like I wanted to weigh in on, sex life and stuff like this. One thing is that even like when I listen to Whoreible Decisions, it's like we always have to listen to the ear where it's like when we say vanilla, like when we're talking about vanillas, it's like everybody isn't like we have different levels of how we have sex. Of course, I'm having sex with my wife. There's the intimacy there.
Exactly.
And then it's like somebody that I'm friends with and such. Like we're having sex with like our business rivals and shit. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like we
do.
are. Like there's
I have a
What?
lot of sex.
yes, like there's
With my-
other people
yeah.
who do what we do and shit like this. There's, you know what I mean? Like
So they come to your parties to do what? Scout?
Well, whatever they're doing, but they come in to fucking suck.
and take
So,
ideas
you know,
and shit like that.
Yeah, and
See,
we
now
do this-
we're friends with the quote unquote rival pod. I'm trying to think. who would I want to have sex with on lip service? Ooh, Stephanie.
Wow.
It's so weird because I don't feel like that's
Well, I mean, people
rival
compare.
pod.
The word rival is just trivial. I'm just talking shit, but like, well, people will always compare you to something,
Right.
And I think people
Right.
compare us to lip service because, and cocktails too. But like lip service when we first came out, I feel like is what people talked about a lot. And honestly, I love all the black sex pods that we have out right now, and they're all very different. And I'm so grateful that we've been able to work with all of them because.
Right.
There's just no point not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
Absolutely.
there's another black swinger group, like, how could we not fucking connect?
Yes.
And that is the whole thing with us. So, like you said, rival is a trivial word because we're not all doing the same thing. Every group is like geared towards something different. So there's really no rivalry. It's really not. It's just that they don't belong, with us, and we go over there.
But you know what though? White people do that shit. There's a bunch of white sex club, white sex groups, lifestyle shit, and they always be connected. They be pitting niggas against each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me get to some really important shit. Our Black Sexcellence, which we have 2 segments that got named by people that listen to the show. Hors d'oeuvre for one was by, I think, Latasha, right?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Or is that episode? And Black Sexcellence by Omari.
Yeah.
So Lori Lightfoot is who we're covering today, a former prosecutor with no experience in elected office. She has swept all 50 of Chicago's wards in the 2019 mayor runoff election after promising to end the city's backroom dealing. She is the first ever Black female mayor and the first ever LGBTQ plus mayor. I think that's dope as fuck.
That's a lot.
People talk about Lori. I ain't gonna lie. I barely know our mayor, so I just be trying to keep track of where the fuck I'm at. But I've definitely heard about
I'm real
Lori.
bad with politics.
Huh?
Apparently, I'm bad with everything.
Well, I know I've heard of Lori just because she's a Black woman mayor, but
Thank you.
anyway.
I try to keep up. You know what I mean? Like, I was talking on our show last week about Cuomo, and you heard about Cuomo, right?
Yeah, with the sexual harassment, with the nursing home shit. I think it was 6,300 people they said that died, and it was really 15,000 people in nursing homes that died. They were like covering that up, but they're saying it was his aides and not him.
And he had the kiss that was not consented to. That shit.
Yeah, they all been fucking up.
You know what happens is how I get involved in politics.
But he's
is,
governor, not mayor.
Yeah. Like how I get involved in this is because like there's the intersectionality of how things relate to stuff. Like for example, I'm also a BIPOC AIC member. I have a background in the adult film industry. You know what I mean? And like how certain things factor into things like legislation, SESTA, FOSTA, how that affects everybody. You know, that affects if you just think about your social media, what we're trying to get across is whether you're a sex worker or not, the censorship is going to affect everybody.
Yeah,
What
shout out to
hashtag
Mistress
you can't
Marley. Her
use,
page is going down too.
Who gets shadow banned and such like this. So this is not just what we want to do is when from the political space, I want everybody to understand it's not so much an attack on sex workers, it's an attack on liberty and free speech. Because this is going to seep into how everybody gets to freely express themselves and be who they are. If we all going to do, like, do you heard about what the fuck happened in Utah?
No.
We're going to talk about this on our show. There's
Sister
a
wives.
filter. There's a filter that a politician passed. A woman, she don't even have any experience in politics. She started off as a realtor, and they passed it so that they're requiring the servers to filter porn in that state. So that's like the first step of
Wait.
what we can see, what you can get.
So I can have 8 fucking wives, but I can't watch porn?
No, yeah. Have you seen The Wives?
Did you know that in Utah for sister wives, right? It's illegal, but the fine or whatever what can happen to you is lower than a traffic ticket.
Wow.
If you get caught like having more than one wife.
I just think that's interesting because I think there's still just a separation between
Church
and state. And I think that's the thing with Utah is that a lot of them follow their religious beliefs. And so even if they go about that way of life, I don't think everyone is on paper. And I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but
they're not, but you can't.
Yeah, they're not on paper.
You can't.
So how are you following
that's how you get the
religious
fine.
doctrine?
I did an episode on For Fact's Sake. What the fuck was it about? I can't remember, but we talked about that. And when in that conversation, it was like, it isn't legal to do, but apparently you can just go up there and be like, I'm married to this person, this person, this person, so they could take your name, right? Nobody's really checking all these documents. And if you get caught, it's like a traffic ticket. And you know why? Because it's white people doing it and they saving their friends.
Exactly.
And not that I don't want people to have 8 wives. I'm just saying what I'm saying. But anyway,
Stop censoring folks. Let people do.
Not to get too deep, but I do want to talk about Sesta Foster for a second because I really didn't understand. Shout out to Lisa Spliffson, Carmen Life, or I think Carmen Knife is also her name, Madame Nambio.
I gotta send this article to you.
She's a dom that told me, because I didn't really understand Sesta Foster too much. I thought it was made to quote unquote help people and sex workers and help save human trafficking. But really what it's done is the complete opposite. And a lot of people, especially Democrats, were voting for it because they thought it would help save people. And really what it's done is remove so many websites, cross-referencing websites you can do for like escorting or whatever.
We talked about this in depth with, if you guys want to go to the Raquel Savage episode, we talked about this in depth there. I think we've talked about this in depth with quite a few of the sex workers.
I mean, you brought it back up because I hadn't really heard much about it. I just know some people had fought for Sesta Foster and then I kind of didn't hear shit. But since that episode, like within the last 6 months to a year, it has literally taken women to street walking and put them in like way more jeopardy. And what's ironic is they did that to stop human trafficking, like removing it from online, when now being in person and being on the street has really made women disappear. So it's crazy how we thought this whole time we were voting for advocacy. Sorry.
Voting for advocacy. All right. So with like organizations like BIPOC AIC, also there is a union dedicated to protecting sex workers. You can talk to about APA union. Alana Evans actually runs this organization. If you have your OnlyFans taken down or if you get shadow banned on Instagram, you can actually talk to Alana Evans about that. But legislation needs to look more like getting the law on the sides of these women because things should be different. A sex worker shouldn't have to be afraid to report if she gets assaulted or such. She should be entitled to getting, when I say sex workers, their strippers are actually considered independent contractors, so they get no benefits. They get nothing that everybody who works a 9 to 5 is entitled. They need to be included in the labor conversation. They are contributing members to this because OnlyFans, they charge your taxes. So sex workers pay into the economy, but they get no representation. And a lot of what they do gets criminalized. So we need the law to be on the side of them so that they don't get exploited, they don't get taken advantage of, so that they deserve to have a safe working place where they get compensated just like everybody else.
And 20% of their wages are already fucking taken by the website on top of the taxes that are
exactly.
Not to mention, porn and sex work is such a major contributor to the economy. How do you criminalize it so ferociously?
The same way they did marijuana.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look at now it's all of the benefits in the world, and it's so great for your fucking knee.
And they're letting the white people do
it.
But they're letting the white people blaze the trails, just like how Weezy talked about with Bella Thorne. And
that's exactly why they had to do the Rockefeller
millions and millions of OnlyFans.
Now, if you guys don't know who Bella Thorne is, she basically made an OnlyFans, and people were very angry about it. You can watch the OnlyFans documentary on Hulu. They're not paying us to say that, but seriously, I learned a lot from that because in that documentary, they talk about how she basically went on, 1 million people joined, or she made 1 million the first day, and then said, oh, by the way, I'm not getting naked. And a lot of sex workers were very angry.
Ruby Rose did the same thing.
Well, no, did she lie?
She literally was reposting her Instagram pictures. She made it seem like it was nude. She put a thing over it. It was a bra she was wearing and panties. She was not nude on there the whole time, and she did the same thing with her followers.
I mean, at least Cardi B was like, I'm not going to show my pussy. But with Bella Thorne, people felt like it was very trivial. No, I changed the pay scale of how OnlyFans.
It did.
I would say the problem with that is the problem with that is she got on OnlyFans, the same with Ruby Rose, the same with all of these celebrities. They make an OnlyFans account, and because of the stigma now attached to OnlyFans, you automatically think that you're going onto OnlyFans to see fucking sucking or naked or someone being naked. So just because, and I don't want to put blame on her, because if she falsely advertised, hey, I'm going to be sucking dick, or hey, you can see my vagina on OnlyFans, I would get it. But the problem is, she made an OnlyFans that carried the stigma, specifically last year in the pandemic, that people were going on there to make money, but they were selling their bodies, they were selling sex. And so she went on there, which we know was actually a platform that was similar to Patreon, where y'all go ahead and join our Patreon, patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions. But
Join ours too.
you know what I mean? But the problem is that because of the stigma it carried, people were like, oh my God, sex workers were upset that she made that money.
They
But you also have
automatically
to, because they automatically assumed.
But the pay scale is a big thing though, because when you have celebrities pillage a fucking platform, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I wanted to
That
get
is the real problem. Like if I was getting paid a certain way and now I can't even have my earnings because of an influx or whatever, like that's fucked up. It's the same Robin Hood shit with stocks. You know what I'm saying? You let these motherfuckers do it, but when little men get into it, no.
Yeah.
Like, but anyway, I say all that to say Bella Thorne, I actually liked her. I thought she was fun. She's kind of started to annoy me. And today I just heard her new song. I just want you guys to hear it.
Wait. Okay, sure.
Is she not an actor? I don't be knowing shit about white people.
This is copyrighted music. That's like copyrighted music.
That's
Sounds
really
like-
her?
Oh, okay,
Or
cool.
Why she move? Why she shake it?
That sounds like some shit you would love.
Nigga,
Like
please-
you would probably clean your
You
house.
would probably love that.
that sound like shit
That
that
sounds like some Weezy shit, right?
100%.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That you know what, that goes back
Thank you,
to
Adam.
what you were saying about price gouging and you know getting the value of things taken down. That was horrible.
that sound like some
thought
shit
it used to
people who
be
don't know how to make
awesome.
macaroni
I think when
salad.
you get
Fuck with,
famous,
man.
they just
Yeah.
keep trying to make you famous,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like
word.
people are like, I think I told you the other day, Charlamagne was like, you and Mandii need to do a book. And I was like, really? I feel like y'all gonna say we need a perfume next or a candle. Like,
Everybody
I
out there
would
watching
smell
and
it.
listen, that was the first thing I asked. I was like, yo, is it Whoreible Decisions book? I feel right behind
no,
me.
but I am currently writing a book.
Hey.
So
Hey, hey.
I'll go ahead and throw that out there. I don't know when it's going to drop. It's probably going to have to come out after our hard deal. But I am currently working on a book.
congrats.
Ooh, nice.
But people do try to get you to like do everything. And I think someone gassed that bitch up and like, Bella, you ain't showing your pussy, so you might as well be a rapper. And she was like, okay, watch me move, watch me shake it, watch me break it, watch me shake it, watch me make it.
You know what's crazy though? That was one of it's in my bucket list. I've always said I wanted to be a one-hit wonder. And so
Are you serious?
Not an artist, but a
am I
one-hit
serious?
wonder.
First
Just like
off-
one.
first
It's
off,
such a better
it's a
goal than
level.
like, I want to be a rapper. No, I just want
no,
one
I
hit.
want a
One hit.
one hit.
Don't be tardy for the party.
Right.
Listen.
Well, I will survive.
And I don't even want to release that hit
You want it
until
leaked?
outside is open, so a bitch can
bitch
just
said
open up in
butt.
festivals and shit. Just one. That's it. Like Cassie. That's it. I want a you and me track.
That's actually a great way to look at it.
That was
Let me be
terrible.
Cassie.
It could be Mandii be featuring Pegasus. They gonna be like, Mandii featuring Mandii?
I got someone better. I got someone better. I want to be Lumidee.
Lumi D. Yes.
I was talking, I was like,
That's who I want to be.
Yes.
Didn't she die?
No.
Did she? No.
Sorry,
She didn't
someone
die.
Kill
the Nina
people.
Sky. Someone from Nina Sky?
Why do you be wanting to
stupid.
kill people
I'm
every
serious,
other
I'm not with
episode,
you.
bro?
Someone died from back then.
Or
Who was
no,
it?
or not. She
Mad
just
people died from back then, Weezy.
The problem is she wants to kill everyone off alive. And then we was on, I don't remember what we was recording, but this bitch was talking about, yeah, you saw Muhammad Ali was out here saying he didn't. I said, Muhammad Ali was saying, wait, I said, Muhammad Ali was saying what, Weezy? She
And
said, you
when?
ain't see? He just had a new documentary where he was talking about how he doesn't like how today.
A new
she was
documentary?
Shit, it's like that Tupac song
she
that
brought
just dropped.
Muhammad Ali back to life, but want to kill off
I
people.
was thinking
On the
of
last
the greatest
episode-
Mike Tyson. Muhammad Ali.
It's Mike
it's
Tyson.
all right, because on the
Muhammad
last
Ali.
can't
episode,
confuse
yo,
those
I,
two.
Bro,
I swear.
this is
You cannot
Weezy's all
confuse
black
those
people
two.
look alike apparently, but I'm
Wow.
like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. This what we doing, bro?
Hey, for real, which one of them died?
Are you dead ass?
Bro,
Because now it's really gonna bother me.
Listen.
It wasn't Lumidee. It wasn't the chicks from Nina Sky.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Who died,
between
man?
Muhammad.
well, don't just be trying to kill off
It
the one
wasn't
hit
the
wonder.
one that had the interview with Lil Boosie last month.
It wasn't that one.
Wait, who is that?
Mike Tyson.
Oh,
Oh no,
yeah.
she back to thinking of which R&B singer done died.
Oh,
I think maybe it was one of them from Nina Sky.
See, bitch, I knew. I said, let me leave
First
it
off,
alone.
we have an awful screen.
Anyway, God damn it.
We don't get facts checked while we pod and edit.
Edit
There's
trying
no
to do
one.
his
Look,
I
he's
know
like,
there's
bitch,
no
they're
one
all
dead
alive.
from
That's the
Lumidee
problem.
or
First of all,
Nina
Mandii,
Sky.
that's racist. Just because you think he's gonna work harder, like this is fucked up.
right.
He's not
I'm so
messing with
sorry.
Look, wait.
I'm so sorry.
So sorry,
I
so
tried
sorry.
to click the
I'm sorry,
button there
I-
and they checking.
I pressed button.
Okay. Espérate. Let's bring it back to the circle.
No one's dead. That's what it is.
That pretty much no one's
I didn't
dead.
have to search this up.
fucking hors d'oeuvre for this week. I wanted to know if you guys don't have a sex
Damn, we
tip that's
just
on your
now to the
mind,
hors d'oeuvre.
Actually,
Y'all, this what happened when motherfucking Weezy do the outline.
have y'all not
Bitch,
enjoyed
we
the
are
pod?
just now getting to the hors d'oeuvre.
Well, we have someone that's eloquent and articulate about politics and sex. I think that's dope.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you look like you was about to come in here and say, this how I fuck niggas in the ass. But here you are.
I might.
That's what we're going to get to.
Well,
Okay, let's do it.
Give us a tip for that. Give us your hors d'oeuvre for that, if you could. A great pegging tip.
Well, a great pegging tip. It depends on, well, if it's a first timer,
Okay.
I typically start with them on their back. Yeah, you start with them on their back because
Put a little pillow under their ass.
exactly. make them comfortable, eye contact and all of that.
Eye contact.
Oh, wait, that's your tip for pegging?
That's
Why does
my
eye contact make them comfortable?
Why does eye contact make them comfortable? Because now it's a connection. It's not a detached. That is something, especially for a man, a new experience. It's a very intimate something. Not that anybody didn't think that, but it's a lot more intimate than you would think. And they're experiencing and allowing a vulnerability not often seen every day. So when you connect with them, it makes it a lot easier for relaxation purposes as well, you know, to actually get in that thing.
Is there a stigma you may want to tell our listeners about that pegging, like dispelling for pegging?
Well, what I definitely want to say is that if a man wants to be pegged, does not automatically make him homosexual. It is a scientifically known fact that the man's prostate, you reach that through the anus.
That's
easily.
the type of science I believe, y'all.
I was about to say,
You know,
I believe it,
and
bitch.
your body is going to react anyway. It's like if you ever go to a fertility clinic, if you're not able to perform, it's something called milking. That's what they do. They massage the prostate, and you gonna come whether you don't like getting.
Excuse me, say
touched
what?
It's called milking. They're going to massage your prostate to expel the semen.
not like here,
No.
but like here.
Yeah, the
in
G spot.
there in the G spot, right? Yeah.
Didn't
Can I
you
ask
say
you-
a few
wait,
weeks
can I
ago,
ask
Eden,
you,
that you
Omari?
haven't been coming?
Wait. Hey, I got a question. Weezy, let's ask the guest. We're not going to direct things about his ass.
Silence.
Yes.
No, he just told us last week he wasn't coming like that. Maybe you should try to get milked.
Next question.
Right. Thank you.
That wasn't a question. That was a suggestion.
Omari, have you ever
suggestion.
been pegged?
Never.
No?
Never.
You just seemed confident when you said yes. There's the G spot in the ass. No?
I mean,
Never been, something that I've been interested in or such. I want to make sure that I create the space so that everybody can do what they want to do and be comfortable and such. You know what I mean? But nah, that's not something that ever appealed to me.
Is this something that has happened at one of your swinger parties?
Well, it's hard to say because
Yeah.
it's hard to say. 'cause
I was
it's- I mean, especially
Might have
like
been involved.
on the pre-COVID days, it's really difficult to say because there's so many people and shit like that. Only thing I know is that everything was safe and there's condoms everywhere
Right.
and such like that. But like, there's a time where I was in a room in East Flatbush. I couldn't really see so much. Only thing I know is that I was there, she was there, and she was there. My wife was there, and there was 20 other people, and all you heard was slaps and all of that
Yeah.
type of shit. I couldn't really
I
see
love
much.
that.
You ain't use your iPhone
love that.
flashlight?
Nah,
No,
man,
you
that's
don't,
rude.
you don't want to. I know I just trailed off. Don't
Yeah,
talk
wait.
about it.
I want to ask you, and this could possibly be another tip. If we're gonna be on the pegging topic, do you put condoms on your strap?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
is that with just your one partner, or because you use it with other partners? What would you say?
It's
is
just
the etiquette of that.
You should definitely with any sex toy that you're using of course in sex, but you should always, unless it's with your partner, you should always wrap them up. Always. They're usually the materials on the softer toys are a little porous. So even with cleaning, you're not necessarily
Yeah, jelly is
sure.
the worst, they say.
Yeah. So you always want to use condoms, and it also fosters a good relationship between, like, you understand this is what I expect, even if pegging is not the only thing that you do. If sometimes you have intercourse with those people that you peg because it's just an experience for them for the first time. Sometimes
Speaking of sex, I have two questions that I want to ask each of y'all.
All right, Potter.
For a minute.
is it the same question?
No. One, when I first met Weezy, when I walked in here, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" We was talking about Weezy's pregnancy test in Mexico and shit, right? Now,
I was like, in Mexico.
yeah, right.
I was like, what did I tell him?
Great
Nah,
start.
I remember. I asked about Mandii. So you guys are monogamous?
No.
I mean, we go to sex clubs, so
Like y'all
we're
in
swingers.
relationships right now? So like,
Yeah, but I'm not monogamous.
We're swingers, but I mean, we really only play together.
That's what I was gonna ask. Have you played together?
Has
Mandy
who
and I?
played together?
Have y'all played together?
No.
I'm just figuring out that.
We could barely be 6 feet apart.
All right, Mandii, yo, whatever happened to like, on some throwback shit? Yo, whatever happened to Mr. Salt and Pepper? Yo, y'all remember when Mandii had a dude on, like, he had a Salt and Pepper bid, and she used to be like, he sent me videos of him smoking in the Black and Val, and I think that shit is sexy.
Why is that the voice?
Oh, you want to know what's crazy?
I'm trying to figure out which voice that was.
You want to know what's crazy? I actually,
Uh-oh.
he was one of the guys. I think I shared this on, maybe on Patreon. We're just friends. He's married, but I wanted him to join me and my boyfriend, and my boyfriend is just like, nah. Because he's a ball player, so he don't want no other ball player in the room with us.
No other ball player.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, but
Too many balls,
I think
right?
it's a TV
Too many balls in one
but
room.
I feel like
I don't wanna
maybe
be
that's what it is. But
I'm not
You don't
to
want to
watch
be
your
playing
game and then
against
be like,
him
there's
and be feeling like, yeah, I fucked your girl.
yeah,
That's
we're
what he
still
don't want
friends.
to
But
do.
we did actually have that conversation too, because I brought it up. Like when we go to the sex club, there's another guy that's there, and I'm just like, I do. If I get my MMF threesome the way I want it, I want 2 6'8" motherfuckers pounding me. I don't want a 5'9" and a 6. Like, I just want 2 big ass. I need like motherfucking the twin towers.
Listen to the
over
deactivated
me.
sports blog and talk, man. For real.
Yeah, I need
I
the twin
want
towers.
like
over
somebody,
me.
you know when people like going down the stairs in a video?
The
like,
number one thing that I want to know onto you, Weezy, this is
You
something
already done asked the question of peace, sir. We got to get into our horrible decision.
Yo, this is something I really wanted to know. This Weezy talks about all the time. I ate cream pies out of bitches. Yo, can you explain that story? Yo, when did that happen?
haven't.
Nah,
Yes,
I never
she
heard
has.
that
You don't
story.
listen to enough
Oh
episodes.
man, well she's pregnant now, so some of the
Yikes.
cream pie stayed in there. This is why you need to be back with
Yikes.
me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was when I was in a throuple. My ex girlfriend.
It was a relationship with a three.
throuple.
Man, it was so great. But they both like laugh about this moment all the time because they were like, that's when this bitch was like in heaven. So like everybody knows I like bukkake porn. That's my favorite. Cum slut shit, whatever. I've never done bukkake. I feel like I couldn't do it just because of like my own neuroses, but I'm into watching cum. So like, and I love eating pussy. So basically, whatever, it was a cream pie and I ate it out. God, what do you want me to say?
Yo, I was just trying to get the time frame, like how often that happened. Like you was like, yo, you ate cream pies out of bitches. Like
That
this is
was
your-
basically like
your
to
specialty.
me the sexiest thing of having a threesome. Like I don't know why, because like I like sucking dick, I like waiting for the cum to come out, but I also like eating pussy. So it's just like it felt like real life porn,
right. It's
and then
like
they
a
both
high
would
meal.
laugh, which I thought was so fucked up, but they just knew it was like my favorite.
So let me ask
It
this.
was on their comedy school when you were fucking up to just you ain't like
They
that.
would just be joking about how like, because I would get tired and shit, you know what I mean? And they'd be like, this bitch just waiting for the.
You know what just reminded me? She talked a lot about, like, Weezy and Mandii, they talked about how weird it was for us to be in a group chat which they had a mother and daughter membership. But yo, didn't both of y'all have y'all mothers at y'all show one time?
That's not the same as a
That
sex
is
club.
not
That
the
is
same as a sex club.
Depends on who you ask.
That is not the same.
If I was getting pounded next to my mom, yes, that would be a little weird. I mean, and granted, I don't think this is a kink shaming thing because to me, like mother and daughter shit is not a kink.
Well, I don't know
and I
them-
don't think that they're thinking of it as
No.
a kink. So I don't want to say that in front of them. I couldn't fuck in front of my mom. No way.
I think
barely
I
like
have
kissing
fun
on
in
niggas.
front of my mother quite a
Playing
few times,
in
but
the
it
same
was
quarters. But I
not
know they was
intentional.
both involved in.
No, I wouldn't even want my mom to get. Wait,
no,
what?
like I said, who was it? Who's
what did you just say?
I said I don't know about them playing in the same quarters. I just know that they was both involved in trying to. They was both involved in their swinger organization. Like,
I
in
thought
the
you said
same
an
one.
orgy, not organization. Well, let's talk about it. Our horrible decision for this week is, your tribe. And I do want to get back to every time you're on our Patreon, you join our town halls. You talk about these swinger resorts. Tell us about those because we only know about, me, or maybe even listeners only know about hedonism, really. I know there's a few.
there's a ton.
Yes.
I know about the ones like in Mexico
There's
and all
one
around
in
Jamaica.
in Poconos. There's which
tell
I know a
us,
lot
yeah.
of people.
You mentioned one in
there's
Orlando,
a ton.
Top secret resort in Orlando. One of the people that actually helped in Zuri Kabbalah,
Not
a
a
friend of
top
mine.
secret no more.
No, it's just open. One of the people that we worked with, she's a friend of mine. Her name is Bree. She used to stay down there. It just launched. It opened. Also, it's a big scene down there because there's a publication, like I mentioned on my show, called ASN Lifestyle Magazine. That's where you would lead. That's where you would read about organizations, events, and things like that. It's located there, and they actually having an award show that's coming up. And where they're going to have the award show would be in Florida, but they just recently opened up. They have that there, but
No, but like Mandii even just said Poconos. I didn't know about any in the country. I thought they were all like
the Love Resort. I forgot what was the name of it. Me and my wife was looking.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
But why? Because I feel like whenever I hear about them, they're always like in Mexico or Jamaica or somewhere else. Why aren't there more? Like, are these places legal? What?
No,
makes
there
them
are.
legal?
There are a lot of them. I'm sorry, but sex is so America is one of the most bitch ass countries when it comes to what you can do and what you can't do and what they do that they tell you not to do. So it's not a few of them. There are a whole lot of them, but it's mum's the word.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like we had a guest who they got into a little bit of controversy over the past couple of months from Naughty Nights. They have a resort which is based in New Orleans. King Nova's out there. They have a little parade and shit like once a year and shit. They
got like a Mardi Gras parade.
Yes, when you see this, like
titties is out during Mardi Gras anyway, so it's just like a blended.
It's like the size of this room. It's like they really do that.
Okay, whoa, shade.
Nah, I'm just saying.
That just says
I know it's over like 25,000 square feet and shit.
That's interesting that it's so. What? It's legal to be in a sex resort. So let's talk about that. Do you guys know about the legalities? I think that's interesting too.
I do not know all of the particulars of the legalities, but what I can say, this is key. Do not pay for sex. You can present.
So I was gonna say, let me help you out. People always wonder.
You wasn't
how...
gonna let her finish. We just talked about this on the Patreon.
It's okay.
Well, no, she was saying I don't know the legalities. So I was gonna say, what? Don't pay for sex. I'm just building on that.
Right.
So people wonder how sex clubs are legal or not legal. When clubs charge an entry fee, when hotels charge an entry fee, lounges or anybody, you are only charging for an entry, right? And what keeps it from being quote unquote prostitution, which is illegal, is basically saying that these adults there don't work there, right? So performers having sex in a sex club, literally there's a lot of shit about them having to be clocked out because if they have sex, well, let's just say it's a stripper that works at a sex club.
Right.
They have sex like within a certain time frame of the performance, they can go to fucking jail, which is insane. Also, everybody's trying to get these places shut down, right? So Daniel Saint from NSFW, he got arrested for like cannabis possession at his sex club because they're trying to find every way.
I'm just trying to get with Daniel for a minute.
I mean, yeah, like his operation, he has to move it around a lot and shit like that because what he's doing is legal. It's just frowned upon.
They're always playing chess.
It's
They're
even
always
funny
playing
that the way that you just even brought up Daniel, it completely brought me to the Billie Holiday doc.
I didn't watch it yet.
So, but basically, because of Strange Fruit and them not wanting her to perform that song, they would try to plant and bust her on narcotics.
Right.
That's how they tried to get Billie Holiday to just shut up and stop doing what she was doing, was basically by planting drugs because essentially like they can't tell her not to perform this song.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if they have a problem with Daniel or anyone hosting these sex clubs or sex parties, again, legally, they probably can't tell these people that they can't have
but
sex
that can shut you down.
Especially because a lot of these are also not advertised, but they're presented as private parties.
Right.
So essentially, someone can't tell you what you can and can't do in your own home or in a private place.
You know how in strip clubs, like you maybe wonder, like, okay, well, how come like you can't even get naked in some strip clubs, like Florida, right? In Tampa, you can. In Orlando, you can't. They got panties on and all this shit. Liquor has to do with a lot of the reason, right? So, for example, at NSFW, it's quote unquote BYOB, but he has liquor there. So it's really like, I think it's just a community. People bring liquor, but
we got to talk about that on the show too.
Are a lot of the things that keep it from being.
Wait, No, don't talk about
I
it
was
on
about
the
to
show
say,
real quick.
no.
Hold
That's
on.
why I started talking slow.
Hold on. You on this show. Because I've been to a ton of sex clubs, and a lot of people, that's one of their main questions. I do want to say, if you haven't been to a sex club yet or a sex party, a lot of it is BYOB. Sometimes they will have a bartender to serve you just so that the bottles are away to where
from
no one
right.
can
There was a large
put things
argument
in
about
it.
this 2 days
But I
ago.
want to ask you guys then, as someone who constructs and organizes swingers clubs, swingers parties, what are your thoughts on BYOB? And do you like it? Do you not like it? And like I said, because different at NSFW, there's a place where you can go, but it doesn't lock away the liquor. And so I know that as women, there are a lot of fears in open containers or how you drink because of what can be put into those drinks. What are y'all's thoughts on BYOB as it pertains to these parties?
So with what we do is our guests, with the entry fee, you have to bring a bottle. The bottle with the entry fee, you have to bring a
very
bottle.
smart.
So the bottles are away. We usually have a bartender manning it. So even though you're not paying for the liquor and you've bought it, it's monitored. You know, so
So do people drink their own liquor, or you just have them
they
fill the
drink
bar?
no, they drink their own liquor. They drink other stuff. They, we have a bar. We have a space for it.
Oh, at
So that's
Caligula,
when
they put your name on your bottle.
yeah.
But I was
You
gonna say,
can't
that makes
get
sense,
you
though, 'cause
can't
could
drink
just
out of another
contribute.
bottle.
Yeah.
We hosted a party at
You're
Halloween.
right.
Yeah, you can't drink out of anyone else's bottle unless that
That
party
party-
offers you
Right.
a drink from their bottle. So you would go up to the bartender, give them your name, and then they would just pour you a drink.
Now, what's the most people you guys have had at your parties at one time?
Yo,
At Caligula,
gonna
y'all probably the ones that got it shut down.
No, we weren't
I'm
even.
just playing.
We weren't even
I'm
there
just
that
playing.
week. We were there prior.
I just want to say, the person who had that event, Missy, is a friend of ours.
Oh,
She's
it was
cool.
Missy?
Yeah.
Oh wow, we
Yeah.
met her at Hedonism.
We met her at Hito. It's her party at Hito in July.
Right,
Yeah, we
right,
interviewed
right.
her. Y'all can see her on.
She's the
IG.
one, she fucked me with a strap on.
Nice.
She-
At Caligula.
That sounds like Missy.
Really?
Yeah,
She bought you?
That sounds like Missy.
fucked her with
she
the
fucked me with a strap on
on.
at the party. So when I'm in these spaces,
time.
I don't want dick. And so I actually,
Girl.
yeah, I don't want dick. And this is a conversation that me and my partner are having.
You
So
guys should talk about that. Why is it that two girls who are sex positive, like fucking, you don't want dick at a sex party?
no,
You
I
don't want dick. I'm going. I can get dick anywhere all the
Anytime,
time.
bitch.
And I'm a weekend bisexual. It's not like I don't. I'm serious. I'm not just everywhere.
That eyebrow piercing says you buy every day.
Absolutely, child. Listen,
be
I
watching
wait
the
till I
clock like,
get
yo.
by the weekend.
Yo, what time is this? 11:49.
You know what?
Bisexual
Yep,
yet and shit?
exactly.
Yeah,
That's how I
that's
go.
the conversation I've been trying to have like with my partner. He's like, well, I'm allowing you to get dick. I said, your dick is enough, I promise.
Well-
and so I just be wanting to chill or play with girls.
Or play
at
with
these type
girls.
of
I
parties.
like to. Let me just explain this. I do like dick at parties, but I prefer the ladies.
Yes.
And it is just
Same.
because the appreciation is different. The response is different. Our interaction is different, and I love being watched. I'm going to make this bitch do some shit she probably ain't never done before, and me and her dude may have a problem after that.
Yo, like
We may. I just started speaking back to somebody who had a problem with me behind something that went on with their lady, and I'm sorry.
What do you say? How'd that conversation go?
Well, actually, what happened was she told me that he was having issue with the fact that she would not stop interacting with me when he was ready. So I would pop up to other events that weren't mine and see him there. And twice I was there before they got there. And once he saw me, and I was with my constant. Now, I don't do monogamy, but I do have a constant. I was with him
Why that word instead of primary?
because he's constant. He's not
Say that
necessarily primary.
I fucking love. I've never heard someone say that, but that makes so much more sense.
I am
Wait, do you
very-
have a primary though?
I don't have a primary.
So primary, how do you differentiate between primary?
Primary
and
is
constant?
he takes preferential. The primary, he is what it is. The constant is just what I happen to be doing.
Oh, that's what 24/7 was. He was just a constant for a little.
Yeah, it's just what I happen to be doing. It's like, oh, you available?
Did you make that
I
shit
fuck
up?
with you. I make up a lot of shit. Make up a lot of shit. But when they realized I was there, the coats were coming off, and it was just like, oh, Pegasus is here. All right, y'all. I went to go and get a drink, and I went to get a drink for her because I know what she drinks. I come back with the cups, and they were closing the door, and the whole party just turned around and looked at me like, "Bitch, you the problem." I just said hello.
It's Mrs. Steal Your
Twice.
Girl.
I don't even want to steal her.
Omari, have you ever had to? I mean, like be quote unquote security or pacify a weird situation that happened at your club, like ex-boyfriends, girlfriend, anything?
Yo, there's a whole lot of stories that I could. First of all, there was this one time we was in East Flatbush. A lot of things happened. I mean, because I'm in hotel takeovers. We've been at somebody's house. Some dude tried to come in, and we had to step in. Actually, even in the relationship that I'm in right now, there's a time where like, yo, imagine being somewhere in a sex party, and it's like, your ex is giving your new girl a lap dance and shit like that. Like, I done had that happen. But when it comes to being security and stuff like that, you're always gonna have to check egos and stuff like that and testosterone, regardless of what situation you're in. Even in the vanilla space, when it's on the dance club, you never know who's dancing on whose girl. Those are always factors that come into that. But you got to walk in, first of all, knowing yourself. And second of all, like, I'm a person that's big on being prepared and having a plan. So knowing how to deal with that situation, expecting it to be some confrontation, and trying to have a plan for some tools that'll be diffusing it, because you want everyone to keep having a good time. You don't want to poke out your chest. You don't want to
do it with aggression.
You want
it's already
everybody
too
to
volatile.
continue, you know
Bitches fighting in the back. Everything is cool,
Matter of
y'all.
fact,
Hello.
You bring that up.
Hello?
Matter of fact, at one of my events, yes, you know what I'm saying? I almost did get into a fight, matter of fact. It was just the fact that it was a naked girl right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I really got real angry on some real shit, because it was like, yo, you come up in here in our space and you want to try to disrespect. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
We had a conversation. For those of you who listened to our Patreon, it was about a week ago. We had a town hall.
A week ago.
Hey.
And in the town hall, there was a guy who asked us a question, and everybody was jumping down his throat. But there was a lot of dialogue in there, and it was kind of controversial. So if I could sum it up, tell me if I'm wrong. There's a dude in there who's like, look, I've been dating this chick. She's a stripper. She wants to get serious. But I told her not until she quits. I can't be doing nothing like this. Everybody was like, what the fuck? We basically said he was slut shaming, things like that. He dove into it a little bit more, and he said he came from a military background, and he felt like, he may be walking somewhere and someone says something about his girl. He doesn't know how to handle those type of things. But he made mention, which I didn't like, that he had dated strippers in the past and that they had a plan or a way out. I felt like that was kind of problematic, because it's like, basically you're implying that this is just for the moment because they don't like what they're doing.
Well,
And she was also a dancer when they met.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
like-
the problem.
Not-
Yo,
They've
that
been dating
was-
for a year, by the way.
Not to mention, she's okay for him to fuck right now and be walking down the street with.
Listen,
you just can't
same
ascend.
energy. But
That was
Omari
a-
jumped in there and gave some good advice. So yeah, tell us about that.
Well, first, shout out to everybody on Patreon and Topos. That was real specific. I didn't think that you was, because I ain't want homie to feel like we was continuing to come for him. But yo, look, if you know, a lot of the fans are women and women who are sex positive. It didn't go over well. It wasn't received well for anybody to feel like there was some judgment.
I thought Mandii was gonna fight the nigga at first.
I mean,
It
I
wasn't
just
received
didn't want to hear
well
it anymore.
So what I one of the things that I wanted to say was this. Yeah, I was like, yo, homie, when it comes down to it, your problem with her isn't what she's doing. Your problem with her is the way that the world treats her and the way that the world treats sex workers. So what I said was, you got an opportunity to come and be a part of, you'll get with us, be a part of the good fight. Because when you do what we do and fight for sex positivity, it gives everybody the freedom to be who they are, so that we never have to continue the status quo of a system that continues to oppress women, marrying their virtue to their chastity, and tell them that, oh, you're not as valid because she will be wifed faster. And then also, we as men, I wanted to get with, this is an opportunity for us to do better, because when it comes down to when we talk about sexism and misogyny, it's women are talking about us.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
afraid of what we're going to say, or they walk down the streets afraid of us. So we have an opportunity to check ourselves. Like, I want to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do. Even though I know I'm actually going to take a little bit more time to make sure, like even like from starting right now, that I'm doing what I need to do, so that if I do what I'm supposed to do and I tell my homies and stuff that we don't look at sex so predatory, then like what T.I. said about thought prevention and shit like that, I have 2 daughters in doing this. I don't have to create a world or contribute to a world that makes them have to be afraid. By teaching the men that they may be around, look to prey on women, if I teach the brothers that are coming up, yo, listen, this is how we should really value women and human beings, then I won't have to worry about protecting my daughter.
Or more so than that, this is how secure I should be in myself and my decision about who I choose to be with. Her sexuality is just one facet of who she is. If I chose to be with this individual for no matter how long, for the period of girlfriend, for the period of fiance, for wife, or forever, it's still a choice that you made. And you need to understand, men need to understand that she's not the only party in there. You're an equal party, and I don't understand how the fuck we've allowed them to absolve themselves of that equality. If she's a thought, then so the fuck are you.
We shouldn't think of sex as something that happens to a woman.
No.
That's part of what happens a lot.
Absolutely.
But also what I would say from Weezy, from the conversation, coming back to that, is that when we have situations like that, it's like we think what we think, but let that rest of the spot come. Like, let him, even though we're not feeling him right now, let's give him some time to actually learn and give him.
I don't want to give time, because how many times
what he said wasn't bad. I feel like it's just. I honestly think no. I think he can't help it. I think he was being honest. I actually really wasn't mad at what he was saying. Look, you're paying for a sex positive podcast. Like, you're somewhat on the right track.
Right.
I really just don't think he should be dating her at all. I think that
right, and
I think he just can't.
I think he should be single, period.
Not to mention, it sounds like he likes her. He likes her, but does not like what the world says she is for him.
He gonna cause her more pain, bro. I dated a dude that loved me very much, and I was very much in love with him.
Jews.
And he loved
Jews.
me for what I did, who Weezy was. He'd been to my shows. He was very proud of me. But at the end of the day, the more he fell in love with me, he realized how difficult it was to handle Weezy, right? Like, I remember going on Flagrant last year, and he watches that show, and he was like, bro, like, you making dick jokes, talking about niggas sending you pictures of their dick, like how they should right now. Like, what about me? Like, how could you be talking like this? And I'm like, bro, like, I'm talking shit. Like, I'm a personality. I feel like when I sit in front of here, this is what I do. Much like a dancer, like, I don't really think they be getting that from, at least my homegirls that strip don't be like, I was so wet, I couldn't wait to fuck that nigga. They was like, bitch, I was getting money last night.
Mm-hmm. They're an actress. You know what I mean?
It's weird. I just think he just shouldn't be dating her. I think this caused a lot of trauma for women. I feel like you should just be dating
himself.
Yeah.
Not to mention himself. Hurt people. And this is what I was struggling to say. There's a situation he needs to work on himself, because it's self-acceptance. How she's viewed is automatically put onto him in his mind, and that's why he can't commit to her beyond where he is. That's a self something that has nothing to really do with her or how the world treats her. Because let me just say this. If you love something truly, you don't give a fuck about how everybody else see it. That's your love.
I know that's right.
And also,
that's your love.
When you work on yourself, man, it's an actual good idea to try to be as good for yourself as possible, because you actually don't want to force your partner to perform the emotional labor of having to be a therapist and having to fix somebody that's broken.
That's why I didn't like
more to be on the track of doing that. You know what I'm saying? And as difficult it is, I'm actually trying to make space for that myself, you know? So that will cause problems if someone always has to wrap their relationship around being understanding of how something as toxic is, instead of, you know, you moving
forward.
I just don't want to shame him. That's why I didn't like how many people was jumping down his throat, because I really feel like what he's saying, he's clearly being honest about this isn't for you. And I really want people to have a choice. If you want to be like super weird and homophobic about shit, cool. Have a choice not to fuck around and be around with me. Like, be in your own element. Not saying he's even close to being that. I didn't mean it that way. I'm just saying, like, if you know that you can't like fuck around with a stripper from a deeper level, like, just don't do it. Make the choice to date a fucking receptionist, my nigga. Because I know some niggas.
That's too much like right, because he also wants those perks that come with being. They want to take what they want and then leave the rest.
But there's gonna be a time where people are actually going to move forward a little bit and they're gonna progress. And I guess like part of that is like these conversations do help a lot, and also to provide the other side and such. You know, with a lot of what we call the top tier hoes. I'm a top tier hoe, You know what I mean? Word up, nah, because they get into the politics in there. They be like, "Yo, I'm a top tier hoe. You a $5 hoe. Get the fuck out of here!" Like,
The whole hierarchy. We talked about that. But
We
Peg
talk about our Patreon tiers, by the way, y'all, with the five.
Peg
on
and
the
Omari,
$5 hoes.
can
All
we-
hoes is good. Is good.
Look,
man.
I'm over here just
I see you
I'm fucking shit up. Can y'all let our listeners know where they can listen to you, where they can find you?
Tribe Chat is recorded right the fuck here in What the Fuck Studios.
You better than I do.
Yes, and you can check us out by clicking our link tree. We're on Patreon for all our exclusive content, but we will be on YouTube. And also, we got an event coming up March 27th.
Oh,
March
that'll be
Madness.
passed by the time I think this comes out.
Yeah.
Well, know that we'll have another one in
Say
April
that.
and in
Say that
May.
shit.
So
And
be
May,
on us.
and June,
So
and
be on
July,
us. Yes,
and
we out
another
here.
one, and
We fucking
another
out
one.
here.
Yeah, but on our link tree, you can actually see all of our platforms. Our OnlyFans, if you can't make the party, you want to see what happens.
But just listen, we plan on doing this damn beach party for the summertime at the Nude Beach in Jersey. If you've not been to one of our
All right,
events,
don't be telling.
Yeah,
they get on me.
listen.
I just want you to know that I get comments every time I shout that beach out on here.
I didn't
they're
say the
upset.
name.
I know, and that's why I didn't say the name.
can't
now.
drink out there
They-
anymore.
because
You
they
can't
come
drink
in my
no more.
motherfucking DMs like, damn girl, don't be telling everybody where this is
Listen.
at.
Oh, wait,
because
you
it
said
is-
you can't drink no more. Who gives a fuck? I can't do a lot of shit that I do.
First off,
you better say that shit.
you just put it in a water bottle.
You can't drink anymore.
or make
they came up with the
fucking
signs.
Smoking
Jello
weed
shots.
on the goddamn subway track.
Oh, I'm Omari the Rebel. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I was about to say I still be drinking. But anyways, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning into this episode of Whoreible Decisions. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Type in whore like you do everywhere else we pop up. Make sure you subscribe, leave some reviews, comments maybe. I don't know. If you like us, please let's outweigh the good with the bad. Also, make sure you follow us on Patreon.
That's right.
That's patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions, where we give you guys 3 bonus episodes a month. So if you are all caught up on all of our regular episodes, you can go there now.
Our bonus episodes are different content, by the way. We do a live town hall every month. Sorry, we do a cinema episode where we just like get into movies. I don't know what we're doing next. Bonding, maybe. We did fucking Britney Spears shit. That shit was good as fuck.
Britney Spears.
The
Bruh.
Britney Spears doc was
That shit was super good. I know we have to do a lot, but join us on Patreon. We have a great community on there. We love talking to y'all. There's a lot of people, please. And you can also get some exclusive merch sent to you if you are a top tier hoe.
yeah.
Especially when that says black sexiness. Get that one. Whoever came up with that was
We
cool.
already gave you your goddamn motherfucking
You gotta
cookies,
give them more.
nigga.
You gotta give them more.
Nah, but make sure that you guys join us. We are going to leave you guys off with a 5-minute bonus clip. Before I get out of here, I just want to let you guys know that official box owner, I have my own products. They are out now. So
Sure.
if you want, I have apple cider vinegar gummies. We all know the benefits of apple cider vinegar. And now they are in a much more digestible form with a gummy. It is a 30-day supply. You take 2 a day, add it to your normal routine. I also have boric acid suppositories. Do your research. I'm going to start putting out a little bit more information about the benefits of boric acid. A lot of women are using them to cure BV, yeast infections. I had a UTI. I used them.
Sounds crazy. I did an episode alone like years ago. Do you remember where we talked about?
Because you were pH.
Yeah.
petty.
And I talked about boric acid and tea tree, and everybody was like, "What you mean you putting boric acid in your pussy?" But check it out. Also, ACV tastes disgusting, so nice.
It
to know
is.
you have
So, yeah,
gummies.
they're good. And again, we're going to leave you guys with a 5-minute bonus clip of one of our bonus episodes. So make sure you go on over to Patreon to listen to that. That's patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions. And this has been yet another episode of Whoreible Decisions. Bye.
Bye, everybody. No one asked you bitches to wash dishes while you listening to us. Damn. All right. So everybody sent us this article, and I had to do it.
What are you doing? You're not doing a catch up first?
Oh, you wanted to catch up?
Yes. Look,
Oh.
look, everyone's shaking their head. Bitch, this is the only one where they getting an on time real catch up, and you want to go into an article.
Well, I just left the gym. Old Bay's here across from the screen. I know y'all niggas think we broke up, but he's here. Say hi, Old Bay. That's his cool voice. He's only over here because he wants to get some pussy. So I got waxed, and I've been really insecure about having sex with a waxed vagina. Like I've been having hair on my pussy so long that now there's wax. Even when I masturbated this morning, I was like, "Ooh, it feels like my leg."
Can I ask you a question? Because you date an old nigga and I date an old nigga, but my old nigga
is very old.
Whoa, bitch. Whoa.
Mandi's man is old and I love it. I can't wait for him to turn 50.
But he got 3 more years. But my man does not like when I even shave or trim my he be playing with my pussy hairs. So Old Bay likes that you wax, or has there ever been a conversation where he's told you to keep the coochie hair?
No, he don't like it all gone, right? You like a little bit of hair on it? He likes a little landing strip. Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, my nigga said a landing strip ain't enough.
He likes it's like a little peach fuzz, but I will tell y'all, I had a waxing scene in my new show, and the show got pushed back due to COVID so much that I was growing it for about 2 months. I had to tell the cameraman, I was like, look, if y'all see it, normally it's not as long as the hair on my head. I normally have a little bit of a little stubble, but this shit was crazy. And the waxing lady made it even worse. She was like, oh, wow, long time, Gil, a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of love not feeling like I got to keep that shit up. Like, cause my nigga will be laying in the bed and he just be doing his hand like this. Cause I be liking to play in pubic hair, but now him playing in my pubic hair is a little different. And I was like, oh, okay. But he be like playing with it and everything. I be thinking that nigga about to cornrow my shit, but it don't really be that long. But he really be like intertwining his fingers in my coochie hair. And I've never had a partner that liked that.
Let me see. Avian Ranger said, I love getting a wax. I feel weird when I don't wax. The wax ladies are stroking the furry patch. Okay, see? Yeah. Hold on. Let's talk to Barry. Since he's in 5K, why not?
Wait, you want to talk to Carrie about furry coochie?
Barry, I want to know what kind he likes. He has hair on his face. I bet he's gonna be the type of nigga like, oh, I don't like nothing over it.
No, Barry looked like he my nigga age.
See,
Barry, how old are you?
I'm actually 51.
Oh, so you
goddamn 47.
That black really don't crack if you do it right.
Say that shit, but you know what's crazy? Barry, have you ever dyed your beard because you were talking to a younger woman? No. So he pulled that shit on me and showed up to the nude beach with a dyed beard. And I said, nigga, don't you ever I said, don't you ever dye your beard again, nigga. I like the salt and pepper. Give me some seasoning
Barry,
in that motherfucking beard.
Let me ask you, you're 51. How the fuck did you find this podcast, you fucking old dirty man?
One, I've been in the podcast for almost 20 years. And
you better been listening to podcast for almost 20 years. I didn't even know they had it 20 years
you know what? I was about to say, Barry, can you tell me where the hell you listened to a podcast 20 years ago? What device was podcast playing on?
Just on your phone and your computer. I mean, they were mainly like tech stuff back then. It wasn't.
They were what? TED stuff?
Tech. Like This Week in Tech with Leo Laporte and things like that. I mean, it was all nerdy stuff.
Oh, that sounds boring. Okay, so you said you listened to it on the computer. All right.
Yeah, I want to say I found Mandii on something one time, and I like sex. I like talking about sex. So you just
like slinging that dick? Go ahead, Barry.
Oh, yeah. And you just start following it. I mean, especially with everybody references their own product and you just find it. And I found this one and it stuck. I used to be into the read. I used to be in lip service. They got kind of old.
Lip service was on Sirius. Oh my! Did you just call them old with your 51-year-old ass?
They got old. I mean, they started having the same things. I love the way y'all do your show, so I just started following it.
Real quick, Barry, do you think we gonna get old one day and you ain't gonna want to hear about us popping our coochie because we too old? Like, no. Look, he laughed. All right, how much time we got?
Based on your story, you already got a lot of traction on that box. So
oh no, the hell he did not.
All right, we just gonna mute him real quick and let's get on.
Believe this.
Let's get on.
Me and my virgin pussy. Honestly, I can count on one hand